By any means necessary. By any means necessary. By any means necessary. By any means necessary. Pop back.
What's going on? Welcome to By Any Means Necessary. Today is Wednesday, March 20th, 2019. And By Any Means Necessary, of course, is brought to you by 360 Arts and Production. It's grad season, so we got something planned for you guys. We have specials all month. Hit us up at 360amp@gmail.com. We know your kids are getting older, they're leaving the nest. You want to be able to remember this moment, whether it be in a time capsule video with their favorite music and families giving messages, or a traditional photo shoot. 360 is the stop for you. Again, hit us up at 360amp@gmail.com. On today's show, we have hot topics, news, music, and so much more. Plus, I am joined by the beautiful Kayla May. She is here to talk all about her podcast and her business, Socialista Lifestyle LLC. So, let's get into it. We have some exciting things to read this month. As you can see, her image dropped the all-black everything with my soul sister Tahara Sarone on the cover, and she is talking all about body confidence and the entrepreneurship lifestyle, all black everything. She is the owner and the founder of Black Gold Publishing, which is right here in Newport News, Virginia. And also, one of the ladies of her image, Dee Roundtree, has dropped her book this month, and it is called The Deceit Series, which is actually on the top 100 Amazon bestsellers list. So congratulations to her. Make sure you order both of those issues. You order the book, you order the magazine, you subscribe to the magazine from her image, and tell them that Dominique sent you. Shout out to Liquid Therapy and also the Dirty Die Show for having me on this past week. Liquid Therapy, we got all into mental health issues, and it was a really a dope experience. So shout out to, it's four of them. Shout out to the four for inviting us on. And of course, DJ Dirty Die for inviting me to the basement. Girl, it was hard for me to stay up, but I did it. And thank you for having me on. What to watch? Us from Jordan Peele drops this week, and I'm so hype about it. They're saying that it's a horror masterpiece and that it is already given 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes is really like extra with the ratings, and actually the only other black film that got that prior to that was Get Out. So he's 2 for 2, and I will definitely be there if I can Thursday at midnight. If not, I'm gonna be there on Friday. Really excited about that. I know you guys heard all about the Something in the Water Festival coming to you guys from Pharrell and Friends. I know Diddy is coming, SZA's coming. I'm hype about Deepak Chopra coming. They have like the Sunday service. It's lined up. Usher's gonna be there. Anderson .Paak, Janelle Monáe, Janae Aiko. It's definitely gonna be dope, but it is sold out. But I got the plug. If you want to able to still go, you can volunteer, you can sign up for press, you can sign up for vendors. Go on the website, somethinginthewater.com, and just go to, I think it's Contact Us. When you go to Contact Us, you'll see the different areas that you can do. Try to volunteer, all those things for press, volunteer, and vendors. That closes on April 15th, so you still have time. But if I was you, I would go ahead and sign up now, for sure. Today in Black History, happy birthday to Spike Lee. Spike Lee turned 63 today. And if y'all know, Spike Lee definitely won his first Oscar this year for Best Director for BlacKkKlansman. Spike Lee definitely has some of my favorite films. Malcolm X, like, definitely is up there for sure. I looked at the Variety website, and Variety listed the top 10 Spike Lee movies. Number 10, they have Jungle Fever, which came out in 91, and that was Halle Berry's breakout role. Halle Berry did not get the job when she first came because they said she was too pretty. So she went and she did not shower for a lengthy amount of time. Didn't shower, didn't comb her hair, didn't brush her teeth, and then she went back and auditioned.
Wow.
And the rest is history. Number 9 is a favorite of mine, Crooklyn. I've always loved Crooklyn. That film made me want to visit New York. Like what I thought New York would be. It's nothing like Crooklyn, but Crooklyn was a dope movie. Number 8, they have 4 Little Girls, which was about the bombing at a church in Birmingham, Alabama. I think that was an HBO film. Number 7 was one of Nick's favorites, The Inside Man. That came out in 2006, starring Denzel Washington. Number 6, another Denzel Washington, He Got Game. That came out in 98, and that was about Jake Shuttlesworth. And we remember his son was Jesus, played by Ray Allen. That film came out in 98, and that was actually the breakout role for Cory Booker's new girlfriend, Rosario Dawson. Number 5 was Malcolm X, my favorite from him. Number 4 was Clockers, which I've never seen. That came out in 95, and that's Mekhi Phifer. You said it was good?
I've never seen it.
I've never seen it either.
Never seen it. It's good? Never seen it. Number 3, Black Klansman, which was this year. Number 2, The 25th Hour. I've never seen it, but that again had Rosario Dawson. I think I might watch some Spike Lee movies today.
I beg you.
And number 1 was Do the Right Thing. Classic. What's missing from this list? Spike Lee.
Oh, Miracle as Santa Ana.
That
was
we're
one
talking
of my
about that
favorite
one.
movies from him.
So shout out to Spike Lee. Happy birthday. We appreciate all the contributions. And just because, shout out to Monty Ross, who was a part of that beginning of 40 Acres and the Mule. We appreciate your contributions and everything that you have done for Black film. And I felt that disappointment when you lost at the Oscars this year for Best Director. For Best Director. He won Best Screenplay. He should have won Best Director. But it was a foreign film this year, and they give everything to foreign films. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Roma, though. I guess. Shout out to Roma. In the news last week, middle of the week, social media crashed earlier, and it's so crazy because I found out that Facebook and Instagram was down probably around like 4 or 5-ish. I didn't even know. I didn't notice that it was down. But it made me think that because people couldn't post where they were, what they were doing, they couldn't post these things. So I wondered if they did the things that they would normally do if they couldn't post about it. Because what I know happens a lot of times, we're so conditioned now with social media that like if we go places that people like might want to be there as well, or if we you want to show off, you want to boast, you post about it. People are at MEAC, people are at CIAA, people are at whatever, at Essence Fest. They're posting all these things. They're not really living in the moment. But when it comes down to anything where it's celebrating activities or if it's helping people, would you still do these things that you're posting about if you couldn't post? If there was no Instagram to show that you're giving back to the community, if there was no Facebook to post how you feel about social activism, would you really care about the community as much as you say you do if you couldn't have people watching? Right. So how would people really live their lives? And it's funny with the with this generation, that's kind of pretty much all they know. And not like I'm right before the boom of social media. Like when I was in high school and we didn't have MySpace, we didn't have any of that stuff. I came out and then I started having kids, so it really wasn't the biggest the biggest thing that I was worried about. But I see the Kylie. Would Kylie be Kylie if there wasn't Instagram? I don't think Kylie would have had all the surgeries if it wasn't for Instagram, because people are doing these things to keep up. If you're in that lifestyle and you care about those things, you are changing your whole life to keep up with the Kardashians. To keep up with the Kardashians. It's funny. People were really like freaking out what to do with their lives. I saw a person on the news. She was saying like she got somewhere an hour earlier and she didn't know what to do with herself because she had an hour of. And I'm sitting there like, you could. Here's me again. Like you can sit there and meditate. You can plan. You can write in your journal. You can make business contacts. Call somebody instead of text them. Call and see how they're doing. Don't call me. Just text me. But something that you can do too. So what I challenge you guys to do, of course, by any means necessary, is here to educate, empower, and entertain. I empower you to do that. To what it was down for maybe 14 hours. Take a day out of 7 days. And 4 times a month, just have a day where you're not on social media. If you are an entrepreneur like we are, of course, we use social media as a tool. But plan it out. Plan it out where Sunday I don't do that. I'm going to market on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Tuesday and Thursday, I'm going to post about upcoming specials. Saturday, I'm going to reach out to everybody who contacted me through the week. And Sunday, I'm going to take a break and I'm going to just focus on myself, my family, and what's really happening in the real world. Because, like, social media is dangerous. I saw a report on Good Morning America this week, and a lady interviewed 4 teenagers, and they were saying that since social media, the rise of it in 2011, like, mental disorders with social anxieties and depression has risen in millennials 74%.
Wow.
74% since 2011 because directly related to social media. She asked a group of 16-year-olds if they feel stressed, depressed, and had anxiety, and they all raised their hands. I would not have raised my hands at 16.
Yeah.
I'm 32 now, so life a little different. But even still, I'm not stressed and depressed now. You know what I mean? Like, it's stuff that happens, but I don't feel like they feel. And they feel like that from their mouths, directly related to the pressures of social media. Going online and seeing their friends hanging out with them without them. That was the biggest thing. Like, if I'm online and I see my 2 best friends and they're going out to a party and nobody invited me, then I start thinking about what did I do? What's wrong with me? And that's happening constantly. If you are a young girl thinking that maybe you're overweight and then you see somebody that's smaller, those constant comparisons, things like that. So Bill Gates made a comment that he didn't even give his kids cell phones until high school. And I
agree
feel that. Like, I feel that they don't have cell phones. Like, they don't need them. We here. We all. Where are we going?
Right.
We going somewhere together.
Going?
Exactly. And if you need to contact me, if you're at somebody's house, I know the parent you're at.
Yep.
You're not going to this anybody's house, and I'm gonna be able to contact that parent, and that can keep the line of communication open.
I'll go to their house too.
We all going. But I didn't have a cell. I had a cell phone in high school. That was it. But again, it wasn't. It was a Nextel. Remember the chirps?
Mm-hmm.
We didn't have social media, so it wasn't an issue. But they are dealing with a lot of things that we didn't have to deal with. And the dangerous part about that is because we didn't have to deal with it, we don't really know what to look for. Mm-hmm. It's new with them. So their kids will be fine, I think, because they know what they went through and what they saw. We didn't have that. We had, the internet was new to us. So we was looking at whatever we wanted to. Our parents didn't have the internet. So it was like, they looked up library. But you know what I'm saying? It was just weird. It's different how each generation has new stuff to worry about. So
That's
put the
why I
phone
try
down.
To stay hip.
Exactly.
So I know when my
you
daughter
got
gets
to
older,
know.
I'll be like, I'm aware, so don't try me.
And that stuff you talking about, that little slang you said, I know what that means too. Like, no. What you looking up? What you looking up? My daughter, she's, it's so many, I forgot how old she is. She's 6. She came up to me the other day, we were outside. She was like, Mommy, I got a YouTube channel. Like, you got a what? What adult?
She just
what adult did you talk to? She said, like, to her, it was nothing wrong with that. Absolutely not. If you have a YouTube channel, you have a Google account. If you have a Google account, you have a Gmail. These people that watch your stuff can directly contact you. And I had no idea you had any of this stuff, and you just did it. And she had like 15 videos. Like, what you doing?
Wow.
Just in there singing and talking. Like, people are crazy. And you black, so they might get away with whatever. Like,
that's ambitious.
She's a self-starter.
Right.
At 6 years
She's
old.
smart. She is smart.
She's smart. Let's work together. We got all this in here. You want to have a YouTube channel?
Right. Let's do it right.
Sit down and let's monetize your YouTube channel. Let's monitor it so you don't have to worry about anything. But I just deleted everything and told her to get
You starting over today?
If it's anything besides ABC Mouse up here, we gonna have problems. Also in the news this week, of course, the college scandal. We had people come out and they were paying to, either go to college, change the SAT scores, paying to get into sports programs to make the application look better. And when it boils down to
Are you surprised?
No.
Okay.
Nothing that happens in that community surprises me, but what I want people to take from this is think about the amount of times that if you see about a black person in news in the college, it's the news about college usually about this person got 40 acceptance letters to whatever college, and then they show them celebrating, and then they're put down for celebrating, or it's always something negative. And no matter what we do as a community, the successes, the triumphs, the things that we're doing, the people who are trying to put us down are doing the negative things that they're talking about us doing. Saying cheating and affirmative action. And affirmative action isn't why you didn't get into college. Child over here is because this child is paying to it's not fair. They're paying to, you know, get something that you worked hard for, and you might be overlooked, and you're thinking that you didn't get a spot because of affirmative action, and it wasn't that. It was entitled white people.
Yeah.
So
basically
what it was. So again, to combat that, educate your child on the pitfalls of college. I do feel like being educated is important, but that doesn't have to happen in a 4-year institute. And this is coming from somebody who went to Old Dominion University. I really feel like, barring the expertise in what you want to do, a lot of things that people are paying for and becoming into lifelong debt for, they don't have to go to college for. Mm-hmm. These rich people who are doing this, you didn't have to do that. Like, you have the means, you have the support, you have the connections. You didn't have to do all of this, and now their whole lives are changed. And yes, the daughters are obnoxious, and they were saying things that was just like a little extra, but at the end of the day, this is their parents' fault. Like, the parents set them up to be this entitled, and now they're not at UCLA because of actions their parents did, and all of that just could have been avoided. Definitely could have been avoided. And of course, we all know what happened in New Zealand. 48 people lost their lives due to somebody who just wasn't for immigration. And I am big on feeling like, and New Zealand is one of the most peaceful places. Mm. They have like their healthcare. They just have low crime. It's a peaceful place to be. But this hateful thing happened there, and I'm a big believer that spirits transfer. And whether you get that spirit through TV, whether you get that spirit through one-on-one contact, influence is real, spirits transfer. There is no way that all this hate can be going on from these leaders, whether it be our president or leaders of other countries, and that not affect the natural, order. Like, that has to bounce somewhere. So I feel like that, him literally saying comments about immigration, the prime minister being contacted, a senator got egged in the head. Mm-hmm. You saw that? Mm-hmm. He punched them in the face. Like, it's just way too much going on. And I don't even feel like people know why they hate so much, why they're so upset. Like, you don't like immigration, but you're all you're doing is regurgitating what you're hearing from other people. How do you really feel? Or you just want to be hateful? I don't care what we go through. We don't act like that. Like, we just don't act like that. And part of it is, the Christian mindset that people have about forgiveness. And the other part is we're just not wired like that. So it has to be something that can be done. I don't know what that something is. But, like, people just...
Hard to say.
Yeah. That was extra. That's heavy, so I gotta light it up. Light it up quote. Light it up quote. The intention behind what we publish on social media is so important. If you have a large following, it is your duty to plant seeds of light into people's lives each day, because you don't want to be a global source of negativity. The karma attached is too severe. Just be careful about what you post. And they say a lot of followers on this, but you can have a little bit of followers and somebody can see what you put that was hateful and agree and share it. And you just never know who can see it. And sometimes hate travels faster than love. So just be intentional with whatever you put out there, because it does come back. We are at our time for our first break. And this song is Crowns Up by India Sharion. From Queen Diaries. And if you are on Facebook, make sure you log on to Queen Diaries or any of our Facebook pages to see the video that was shot and released this past Friday from 360 Arts and Production, featuring both ladies from Queen Diaries and their beautiful daughters. We'll be right back on By Any Means Necessary.
Hold your crowns up, 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 hold your crowns up. We're tripping in royalty. God's grace give me loyalty. Magnificent, I'm so elegant, I'm so gracious, I'm God's body. Walking around with my crown up, slaying cause I'm a goddess. Self-worth is part of my being. This is what you call a queen. Never really thought I'd see it, but I know the crown's on me. Never really thought I'd see it, but I know the crown's on me. You say I'm dreaming, but this ain't no fantasy. Won't look outside, cause I know it's all in me. It's like straight from a fairy tale. My crown's up, can't you tell? There's Cleopatra in your air. queen, Sheba Embassy. Living in castles, big castles, su casa, my crown never dazzled. It shines like this lightning. I'm a queen, you're a queen. Ladies, let me hear you sing. Hold your crown up, 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 hold your crown up. It's win, no matter what. Got winning on my mind, I can never give it up. And every time I step up in the building, all my ladies' crowns go up, and they stay there, 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 and they stay there. All my ladies' crowns go up. Hold your crown up, 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 hold your crown up.
Welcome back to By Any Means Necessary. Again, that was Crowns Up by India, featuring Ashley and their babies from Queen Diaries. As I mentioned earlier, I am joined by the lovely ladies of the Sippin' Tea podcast and Socialista Lifestyle, Miss Kayla May and her friend Lay. Lay? Lay. Whoa, so welcome.
With a
yes, with a little accent mark. You was born in the 90s.
It look cute.
Everybody born in the 90s got that, see? Exactly. How y'all doing?
Good.
First off, thank y'all so much for coming from Virginia Beach.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's that track. I want to live there so bad, though.
For what?
Tell me,
Let me
why
stop.
not? No, for real. Let me know, because like here in Hampton, I love like uptown Newport News for the school systems, and like I like to eat a lot, so they have like a lot of good restaurants. Hampton, I love like, you know, being in a bigger home and everything, but I don't like the school systems here, and it's not too much.
Yeah.
They're horrible.
Virginia Beach does have some of the best though.
They do.
And things to do. You know what I mean? For everybody
They got a
usually that we
beach.
kind of talk to is over there. I feel like everybody's always on bikes.
Yeah. I mean, my biggest thing, I think I've just been there a while, so I'm just kind of like immune to what everybody's like
Are
really
you like in
excited
the
about.
Indian River area?
I used to live over there.
That's the area I want to be in.
Yeah.
That's a chill area.
That's where I lived when I was in my childhood home.
Yeah.
Oh, so y'all from Virginia Beach?
Oh, I was born and raised in Virginia Beach.
Oh wow! So
I
can
wasn't
see you
born
being
here,
like,
but
yeah.
I've been here long enough to
Oh, just girl, just come to
claim
Hampton and you'll realize I'm gonna go back to Virginia Beach.
I'm weak.
For real.
I mean, it seems chill in certain parts here, so I mean,
it's chill, but it's
cheaper.
and we have definitely cheaper, but we have potential to be so much. Like
Yes.
there's a beach around the corner.
What is it called, Buckrow? I love that
It's so
beach.
peaceful.
Never been.
Really?
Girl, what?
I've even
If
been.
you don't go
I was
today,
about to say.
You don't go to the beach. Like it's a lot of people there. Like I've been as far as you might drive through, but as far as like going to
Not
Buckrow
lit,
Beach,
yeah.
I've never been to Buckrow Beach.
Girl,
I've been to Virginia Beach, like the strip, but I've never been on the beach. I grew up here. My mom was afraid of water.
oh,
So she didn't. She
love
thought she
the
was gonna drown. So she never took us to the beach. And then
yeah.
when I got older, like I would go to pools, and you know we would go on vacation, and all the water was different. It was cleaner.
Yeah.
So when I see about this water, I'm like, well, I'm going there. I'll go lay out on the beach.
yeah.
I'll
I
do
wouldn't
that.
recommend like nose diving in the water.
I get in.
You do?
Yeah.
I'm
That's in the shower.
scared.
Can't
There
handle.
leeches?
I can't see.
No, it's crabs.
If I
out
can't see
there.
my feet,
Is
It's like
it?
little crabs. They're so. I like watching.
So you
Those
get in the
things
water,
scary.
like full on body in the water
Full
with a
in the
bathing suit
water.
on.
Mhm.
For real.
I stay on the sand.
That's what I do.
I'm obsessed with
I stay on the sand. She is obsessed.
I
She
go
go
to
every day.
Huntington. We have a beach that's more like secluded. It's called Huntington Beach, and it's the other end of like Hampton. So I go there.
I like low key beaches. Sometimes.
That's me too. That's how
But
Huntington
Virginia
is.
Beach,
If you go
to
like
the
way
80s.
down, yeah, like
In
way
the
down
80s,
there.
there's no one down there. It's where
See.
people
That's where my
live.
boyfriend took me on Linnell. Sorry, on our first date.
Oh,
Yeah.
See, that's the
At first, I was like, "Why are you taking me out here by ourselves? What you think
about
you
to
about
kill
me?"
me.
Right,
Well, like that. Tell everybody, look, we on 80th Street at Virginia Beach.
Right.
He driving this. You never know. But so yeah, I might. Hopefully, I'll be joining you guys soon. We can swap. Y'all come here, and I need to swap it out. I feel like the sun is out more there. I feel like it's mad. Listen, it gets like overcasty out here a lot. It's just I need to be in the sun around people that's
In the
happy.
summer, you could definitely get that.
Y'all are not selling Virginia Beach at all.
I mean, it's a nice place to live. I don't really have any complaints.
Yeah,
but
it's a
not
good place to
great
raise a
for
family.
people.
I would say that it's a good place to raise a family.
How
If you're in
are
right
the police
area.
out there?
Petty,
Extra.
but
Are they?
a bit.
They stop y'all a lot?
Well, I've got my first ticket not too long ago, so I was very
Right?
excited about
Me too.
Yay!
For the first time in Hampton, I've been here. I moved here when I was 2.
Oh wow, you've been here, baby.
They had a police checkpoint, and that was the scariest.
I've never
Dang.
been through one of those.
It was 2 weeks ago. The kids were scared. They were in the back. Their
I
heart
would've been
was
scared,
jumping
too.
through their throats. Like, what happened?
We ain't did nothing.
We ain't did nothing. We
Right.
scared though because you don't gotta do nothing.
You don't gotta
do
do
nothing. But we digress. I just had to find out about Virginia Beach real quick. So the business, Social Lisa Lifestyle. Tell me about exactly what that is and what you guys do.
Okay, so I actually, before it was actually called Pretty in Purpose. And at first I was more so focusing on the women empowerment side and less of the business side. So I decided, I was like, okay, I kind of want to transition this because it's a lot to take on women empowerment. It's a big responsibility.
It's a lot to take on, and it's very watered down now.
Yes,
I feel like
it's very
so
cliche, and a lot of people are pretending that they are women empowerment, but behind closed doors, they're treating people like crap.
Come on.
That's not cool. I'm not perfect. I have flaws,
No
and
one is,
I
but if you're gonna talk about it,
be about it. That's all we saying.
yeah, that's all we're saying.
But yeah, I mean, I have room to work on myself, and I just thought maybe at this point in time, maybe I'm going to wait on that just to kind of see how things go and how I feel, because I've had certain experiences with certain people and the women empowerment thing, and it didn't
Well, as
go
a
well.
woman who, and I've been fortunate enough, I have attended some, and I personally haven't had any negative experiences, but you know, you hear the thing. So just for somebody who cares about people in general and wanting people to be okay and happy, just thank you for knowing enough to be like, let me chill on that before because if I'm new in town and I hear some women empowerment event and I want to meet some women, you might go, and then you go and it be some mess, and you be like, well, now I'm discouraged. And you really, if you're saying you're going to empower somebody, it's so important to actually do that, because you never know what somebody's going through that you're going to encounter.
And when you scream women empowerment, people, that's what they're expecting.
Exactly.
They're expecting you to be able to heal them, to make them feel better, and to guide them through whatever they're going through. And that's a big responsibility.
It's been, the word is being thrown around too loosely. So yeah, so.
And I'm all for that, but I kind of more decided, I'm a red personality, so by nature, I'm more so business minded. I want to get the bag. I want to help people and do it fast. So I was like, okay, I'll take that route instead, and I'll more so do the social media side as far as like education.
Because
like we had talked about,
social media as far as marketing aspect of it.
You mean like, what do you mean?
So how to help somebody social media boom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and that's kind of where I wanted my focus to be, because I realized that there's a lot of negative connotation with social media, but if you use it right, it's actually pretty dope.
Exactly.
And I just had to realize that I kind of had to change my scenery on social media. Follow people that I actually wanted to be like, follow people that are doing things, staying positive, not posting things that I don't want to see, and getting rid of that, so that way I'm looking at what I want to be and looking at the goals I want to set for myself. And honestly, I'm obsessed.
Are you an Aquarius?
I am!
Yes!
Are you an Aquarius?
Yes.
What's your birthday?
February 6th. I felt it.
Oh my god!
You sound real.
Oh my god!
I'm getting goosebumps.
Oh my god! That's
yes,
insane.
sis.
Sorry.
Okay.
Just kidding.
You sound like me right now.
But I'm obsessed with Ronnie Brown. Follow her. She's amazing.
Ronnie Brown?
She's an Aquarius. Yes.
I'll look up right now.
She's an Aquarius, and I'm a part of her program, Girl CEO. But I say all that to say that I like to follow people that are in my realm and that match my mindset. And I decided, well, if I can teach other people how to do that, maybe there won't be this misconception with social media that, oh, we shouldn't use it because it's bad and it's toxic.
And
blah,
with
blah,
that
blah.
as well, with helping people get into where they should be, it'll have your mind more focused, and you're on social media more intentional. So when you're on it, you're not. I find myself now when I'm on it, it's for my business, and I'm posting for my business. I'm not scrolling pretty much. You know, you get bored and you go through, but
Right.
I'm not just spending so much time looking at other people's stuff and what other people are doing. I'm either getting motivation or
Right. finding,
better ways to market myself or whatever. It always is an intention behind it, even if that little bit of time that is just extra bored is just it's downtime. I'm not doing that when I should be, sending an email or whatever. So I do think you helping people find which area they should be on will help them overall in general, period, because their time will be used better
Exactly.
on social media.
Exactly. And
How
I wanted
long
to
have you
kind of
done
show
that?
people that social media is, you can spend time on social media and actually do it in a nice fashion where people actually enjoy looking at your stuff, and every time they see it, they're like, oh my God, here she go. Because we all know those people that we follow.
Yes.
So I didn't want to be that. So I was like, okay, I need to figure out how I can show people, you can actually make this into a business platform. And it's free.
Yes.
Like Instagram, and one day hopefully it's free forever. But what if it's not? You still gonna be on there
Listen.
wasting your time? Probably not.
I need some sessions because
Probably not.
trying to monetize everything, and then again, always looking for other streams of income. If social media can be a stream of income, that's kind of like it's a no-brainer. If you're on there all the time anyway, if you have a service, a mantra, whatever that people want to be a part of, monetize it. And you're helping people do that.
Yep.
Which is so
By
dope.
being yourself and just keeping your, it's like protecting your energy in your life. It's the same thing with social media. You have to protect your social media energy. Otherwise, you're going to train, like you said, it can transfer.
Yes,
and I don't have
including
time for
hitting that unfollow. But it's people that I love that I've known for 20 plus years that we're still friends on social media, but they don't know that I've unfollowed them.
Right. Because I don't want to see what you're posting.
Yeah, like I don't want just to see like the negativity. And even if it just me going, oh, that's a second of, you know what I'm saying? Like I just want to feel that feeling of like, oh my God, here we go again. I just want to be up there and be like, word, that's what's up. But things like that. What's your background?
So, in regards to entrepreneurship, I started in network marketing first. So that's where, because I always knew I wanted to start my own business, but I didn't know what I wanted to do. Because when people would say, like, well, what do you want to major in? What do you want to do? And I'm like, I just want to work by myself. Yeah. Like, I don't really want to do
learn how to own
anything.
A business, like have a business.
Exactly. So, and obviously, like, I mean, I work full time now, but and I like my job, but at the same time, like, in the meantime, I have to build my business to the point where I'm solid. So, but yeah, I started doing that, and that was in 2015. And I did that for about almost 2 years approximately. And then I just kind of realized that network marketing takes a specific type of person. You can be successful, but it's a little bit harder when you are having to kind of build your audience, because I was never one of those people that's like real popular
and like everybody.
I was more so one of those people like I had to like intentionally like build relationships,
put yourself out there,
because I just never was like that. Even out of all my friends, I'm just kind of like mama bear. I just chill. And
sound like me.
You take me to turn up and I have anxiety, so it's just like
I need a month in advance. I go anywhere. I'm not
I gotta find an outfit.
Yes,
so that's where it started. And then after I was done with network marketing, I was kind of like, okay, actually, I want to start my own brand, my own movement. I kind of want to do my own thing. It takes a little more work because you have to do your own website and all that stuff. Whereas with network marketing, they kind of give all that to you. But I just decided, okay, well, I do like social media. And I always talked about that previously in network marketing. So I was like, well, I can just transfer that and make this kind of like a place where people can get education from me about social media. Yes. So I decided to actually make it a business, make a course, have different things where people can come to me to get information on how to make their social media better for their brands. Because some people, they don't want a business, but they just want to be like an influencer and just be on Instagram and brand themselves. But that in itself takes branding.
Yes, exactly.
If you don't brand, then people don't understand what you do. And that's what happened with the Kardashians. What do you do?
Exactly.
And they never have an answer.
Exactly.
That's a whole nother thing with them.
That's real though. It's like when the whole Fire Festival came out, it was a big, you kept hearing the word influencer, and you might see people that put that in their profile, but I feel like people don't really know what a social media influencer is. So can you explain what that is and what that looks like, and how booked me at the top of your profile does not make you...
With an airplane?
Yes, does not make you want to be flued out. Like, no, stop saying flued out. That's not going to make you a social media influencer. What's the criteria for it, and how is somebody really a social media influencer?
Now, okay, so you may find something different on Google, but this is me. So to me, I consider someone an influencer, one, if your overall theme is consistent. So like, who are you? When I go to your page, what do you have going on? Are you a mom? Do you have
I can
kids?
look at your page and know this person is
Do you like to travel?
A vegan.
Are you vegan? What are the key points that I can expect to see from you? If I can't figure that out, then you already failed. Okay. So
for real, keep it real.
It's facts. Because if you go to my social media right now, you know exactly what you're gonna get. So that's the first thing. Important. Second thing is the stuff you're posting is generally positive. Generally. Now, everybody has emotions and everybody has things that they feel passionate about. If I post about something that could potentially spark a debate, I try to come from a place of education and my experience. I don't try to pick battles and arguments and stuff like that. I feel like people that are influencers, they keep it neutral and they keep it to where their page is not a place for argument.
Okay, exactly.
Because there's certain topics that we all know are real touchy.
Unless your influencer is you're a political
activist.
Yeah.
But if you're not, I wouldn't recommend putting stuff up like that. So just to kind of generally define it, I would say a social media influencer is somebody that's intentionally using social media. They have branded themselves to where you know exactly what to come to them for. So let's say it's like those natural hair care people that have like millions of followers.
Right.
You know exactly what is going on with them. They're an influencer because they influence other people using their platform. Yeah. So they could post, okay, I use this product, and more than likely all 1 million of us are going to go buy it. So it's more so about the impact. If you don't have impact and nobody's really getting anything from you, then you're not really influencing.
How would one go about, so say if it's somebody like us really who's, not starting out, but doesn't have the whole city behind them and they aren't a name that people just know offhand, what are some things that they can do now to start to begin that? Is it about hashtags? Is it about going to networking events? How does somebody build their brand so they can become an influencer if they aren't already that hood celebrity?
Not hood.
Hood celebrity.
So what you can do, first of all, you gotta pick something. You gotta pick something.
What are you gonna, what do you want to?
And some females, like, this isn't, like, I always tell her, like, I know I'm not ugly, but I'm not the girl that you would come to if you want to know how to beat your face or you want to know how to be a fashionista. You gonna get sneakers and t-shirt from me, so that's not me. But you have to pick something that people can come to you for. So, like, let's say, for example, so they know, okay, well, I can ask her a question about social media or blah, blah, blah. And people just kind of have to know.
I'm redo my page.
What? People have to know exactly why they're coming to you. And you need to figure that out, too. So if you're vegan, that's perfect.
Only post vegan. Don't post, like, some pictures.
And be consistent.
Like,
don't say, you come to me for vegan, and then you eating a steak. That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like, and granted, I mean, I get it, but if you're gonna claim it on social media,
so people should start looking at their Instagram pages like a living business card. Or
it's like a storefront.
Business card.
It's a storefront. Because if people don't like the storefront, why would they walk in?
Makes sense.
Why would they follow you?
So if you have that website, if you have that book me, or if you have whatever link at the top of your page, your pictures need to tell that story to make them want to do that. It's your first impression for new followers and people that you want. So should they utilize the hashtags too when it should be related to whatever?
But it should be related to you, so like, you won't go on my hashtags and find hashtag Big Booty Judy, hashtag. You're gonna find stuff that's related to what I am. Right. So motherhood, girl boss, 757. Like, you'll find stuff that's related to me.
Because so many times people will post a hashtag that has nothing. It might be popular. Like, it'll say hashtag New Zealand attack. And then when you click on it, it's like somebody at the gym.
That's petty. No.
Like, for real, though.
That's
Like,
what
whenever there's a news story, of course, with my brand and what I do, if there's something that happened in our community, I want to know what people are feeling about it. So I'll look up hashtag Trayvon Martin. But if you click on it, it'll be some random stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's like going on YouTube when a video drop or a song drop, you click on it and it's something totally different. Like, no, it should not.
Yeah, that's not how you're supposed to use
is.
the hashtags. And unfortunately, like, the hashtags have kind of gotten out of hand, and sometimes Instagram doesn't like it too much. But if you do it right and you don't pick like 900, because it'll max you out and it'll say too many hashtags.
Yeah, that happened to me before.
Yeah. And I'll be like, ooh, my bad.
Yeah, take all 3.
Right.
I'm
Do
still
one at a
Still
time.
gonna roll them up. Still gonna roll
Exactly.
them up. What are some of the mistakes you see often on social media?
Oh, Lord.
Now, aside from, because we have people who are just up there because they just enjoy social media and they want to connect with their friends. Not those people. The people that you know are in the realm that we're in, what are some mistakes you see happening?
To start, I would say posting about your super personal business.
Okay.
I have seen business owners and people that want to promote products and things like that, but then they're also like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm a single mom. My baby daddy is terrible. I don't like him. Like, okay.
So as a customer, if you're selling, say people, I don't know, somebody who's selling body butters.
There we go.
And then, I don't put the way I'm
This is not about anyone.
Yeah, I said body butters. I don't know anybody who said body butters. So somebody's selling body butters, and then you're seeing that, and then their next 3 posts are complaining about customers. Complaining about their personal life. That's what I don't like.
I complain about customers verbally.
Yes.
But I would never post that on social media.
Yes.
Now, I might say something like, I've gotten a lot of this particular situation. In the future, contact me this way.
Yeah.
But I'm never going to be like, oh my God. This lady so
this.
stupid. She asked me too many questions. Like, I would never do that.
And I would say that, this is not Kayla's opinion, but just put that out there. I would say that needs to carry over when it comes to your product or events. I don't like when I see people who held events post like the drama that went on at the event. I think that's so unprofessional because again, you might have had somebody who went there and got what they needed, and now this is going to put a damper on their impression of you and the event because now it's just
I've seen it happen.
Yeah, it's stuff that shouldn't be,
especially with panels and like we get a whole bunch of women together. Woo, child.
But a lot of the times the panels are they're talking about not doing that.
Right.
So let's just not. And at the end of the day, back to like and I learned this myself. Like that, even if you went there and it was a bad experience, so what?
Yeah,
honestly,
it happened.
Like it doesn't really matter. Like it already happened. You only control yourself and what you say yes or no to in the future. So, just be mindful again about what you share, about just any experiences that you might have.
And you can be transparent without giving all of the details.
Yes, or talk directly to the person and figure out how. Because at the end of the day, I feel like everybody has great intentions, and you really might want to empower women. Talk to them about what went wrong and how things can be better next time. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like,
there's a way to flip it, but without getting on social media and ranting.
Exactly. So we have talking about that. We have talking about personal life. What's some more things that some mistakes?
I would also say being authentic because there are people that I do know in person and their social media doesn't necessarily reflect the same exact thing that they are. Now, for me personally, I feel like I'm very honest and transparent with how I show myself on social media. Now, what I used to do is I'd be like, okay, I can't post on my story unless I'm done. Like, my bonnet has to be to the side. I got to make sure everything's good in the background. Now I'm like, this is what you get. I just woke up and there's crust in my eye.
It's so important to be transparent. It's so important because, again, you don't know what people are going through personally. So they could be... And why you and it might not look to somebody and be like, I want to be that person. You never know who is seeing that, and they can look at false perfection and feel like that's who you always are, and they can be trying to live up to something that's not real, a facade, when that's not even who you are.
Right.
And you got somebody stressing.
Exactly.
Trying to be you and you not even you.
Just
Like,
show them who you are.
All
They
the
gonna
time.
like you for, man, I get people that DM me all the time like, oh my God, I just love how honest you are.
Mm-hmm.
I don't got nothing to hide.
It's too much work, but
It's too much
from
work.
somebody who I used to wear, and I never was a full-on beat. Like, I never did that. But I would wear makeup whenever I filmed. I would put, powder.
Yeah.
I would do that every time I filmed. And it was just like, this is...
A lot of work.
It's way too much. But again, it was that comparison. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then, finding self-love and self-care, all that's so important. And then who you're around, who your influences is, your circle. If your circle is everybody beating everybody, worrying about how they look, and everybody is stressing about the outward appearance, you more than likely will too. But if you have people really caring about who you really are and what you're...
And they're going to make you look good, but you don't have to...
Yeah, we going to be cute.
Right.
That's what we going to be. But we're not going to take 3 hours to get ready. And
Right.
I'm not about to have all it is just to go to... And, I'm not doing that. Like, if it's a special event, I'm going to get right.
Yeah.
But I'm not about to do all that.
Special event.
Special.
I mean, like gala.
You heard the word. Special. I went to the Heartbeat Gala and put on mascara and lipstick. I didn't even have on foundation. Like, so
Boom.
even that won't. My wedding will be a special event.
Right.
I'm gonna get beat for that, maybe, because he gonna be like, no, I'm
chilling.
Yeah, don't put
Exactly.
makeup on. He probably would be upset if I put makeup on my wedding day.
Really? Oh,
Baby. Would you be upset if I put makeup on our wedding day? See?
Yes.
Yes.
That's
I
adorable.
would be upset.
I'm crying.
If that's
Why?
what you really wanted to do.
But why?
He sounds just like my boyfriend, bro.
Why, though?
Anything is whatever. I mean, it's up to you. I'm like, that's not what
But I
asked.
prefer you.
Right.
I like seeing
Tell me
you
how
like
you really
normally
feel.
are.
Right.
I will find out.
That's so
I'd rather you
He gonna
wouldn't.
lick it off my face.
Oh. I'm weak.
Like, true story. I was in the car one day. He did that. Got him.
I'm weak.
On my word.
Oh my word.
Okay, thanks, baby. Oh, so we talked about the business. How, if somebody is listening, they're like, I definitely need this service. This is what I want to do. How can they go about contacting you guys? And is there a something they should do on their own now before you step in? Because somebody comes to you and just be like, have nothing ready. Would you be able to help them from that stage? Or
You mean like starting a business?
social media platform?
Oh, starting like a social media platform. So I'm thinking about it. I don't know yet because it comes with a lot, and some people are very impatient. Some people assume that I just blink my eyes and I got 10K
followers. Yeah,
and that's not how it happened.
Yeah.
I've been on social media for a long time.
Yeah.
Let's just say that, like a long time. And I just got to 10K like after I had my daughter. So
that's an
it
accomplishment, though. People don't have.
Yeah.
And
While I was
you're-
pregnant, everything
to me,
just
you're
was
doing that
off.
with your clothes on.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Yeah, girl. I'm not flaunting nothing until I'm snatched, first off.
Stop.
No, because I mean, and I've made a post before about my postpartum body, and that whole experience was just real eye-opening for me. Because it was my first baby, and I genuinely thought I was going to bounce back and everything would be fine.
Why you did that, though? Because you saw it on the shade room.
Yes. I saw it on Instagram like a dummy.
See what I'm saying? But before that, people weren't stressing. People were like, I'm about to eat this bacon, and baby flake will come out when it comes out.
Eat this bacon.
You still gonna, want to look a certain way. But I definitely know, looking at all these women on the shade room who had these babies and looked like that right after, it's a different type of pressure. And even if not having kids, they put Ashanti up there so many times. And I gotta tell my own friends, Ashanti has money for a private chef to only go to the gym. She ain't had no kids. She better look like that. Like,
better look like that.
You got money, you better look like that. She looked good, but understand what came with that. Like, if she was still in Jersey, not having her lifestyle, she might not look like that. But she has the support to be able to look like that. If I have my own private chef, understand.
Right. Yeah, I would be perfect.
Yeah,
I might be big.
I might be big. I might be big. Like, I might be have a chef. I mean, everything. And he's going to be just like that.
Exactly.
I like food.
But yeah, I'm definitely thinking about adding that as something in addition, but it's very time consuming to start an Instagram, especially very fresh. And then some people, they want to make a business Instagram, But you got to get people to your personal Instagram before you can get them to your business Instagram.
How do you?
They don't even know you, so why would they?
Public figure thing on Instagram?
Oh yeah, it's deep in your settings because it took me forever to figure it out. I was like, what the?
But people will have it up there, and you be like, no, you're not. I feel like it should be like the same way people get verified checks. However,
those are hard to get.
However that happens, I feel like those types of labels should be the same way.
Agreed.
Like somebody just shouldn't be able to.
Yeah, I have entrepreneur on mine. Public figure is stretching.
Entrepreneur was the option.
I
want to do that.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's hard to. It took me forever to find for some reason, but I found it, and I was like, I don't want to do public figure. I ain't no public figure. Like I'm not about to hype my own self up that much, you know. But yeah, I think that it's a lot easier when someone comes to you with kind of a branding concept.
Hyping. I think it would be fitting if you put that up there. Personally, from what you do. You know what I mean?
I could
like
be down for a little bit. Right. I feel like once I get to like 20K, then maybe. But again, keep in mind, followers doesn't always mean that you lit. Sometimes people buy followers. Sometimes people check their likes. Now, granted, sometimes, depending on what time I post, I'm like 150. I'm offended. But, but like, if I post at the right time, or I guess, you know, if they just feel like that picture was lit. Yeah. Then, you know, I get 300, you know.
I'll get mine like
and again, I don't show, like, the only body they've really done seen is everything after my baby. Yeah. So.
What are the best times to post for traffic?
So I would say in the mornings, so like between like 6 and 8. That's when everybody's getting up.
Are up in their bed.
Exactly.
About to go to work.
Scrolling for the first time. They just open their eyes. Yeah. And they're going to be on Instagram. So that's a nice time to post like something motivational, a quote, something that just kind of helps you get that sizzle, your spirit sizzle. And then I would say around like lunchtime. So I try to keep it in like the corporate America mind. So like between like 12 and 2-ish, depending on when their lunch will be. And then of course at nighttime when everybody gets off work. So like 6, 7.
So but not on like Friday, Saturday.
On Saturday and Sunday, honestly, as long as it's Saturday during the day, you good. Because nobody's turning up at noon. They turning up later, and then that's when they're not going to be checking for you. Yeah. They're going to be too busy posting on their story.
Or just taking pictures, getting ready for the next day to roll them out.
Exactly.
And say about last night.
Because I'll be honest,
if I see about last night one more time with some pictures, can we stop that? Can we retire about last night? Can we retire, you know when? Please.
I can't.
Please. Okay, so yes, those times would be as well. So late night.
Yeah.
And then Saturday
on Sunday,
during the day.
Yeah, Saturday during the day, Sunday after church.
I heard that.
They shouldn't be, well, some people might be on social media in church, but most people, they're real serious about that these days, so I say after church hours.
Well, we don't go, so.
And that's why I say I don't really know, and plus depending on how long the service is, it could be 2 o'clock, I don't know.
So post at 3 o'clock on Sundays to be safe.
Yeah, approximately, I would say. Now, it probably could work in the morning as well on Sundays, but I know me, I don't be waking up that early on Sundays, so.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to do it for...
After church hours.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to post specifically on those times for the next week and report how it works. Yeah, and see if it works.
And more engagement is all... Engagement, likes, comments, that's all that matters.
Yes, and responding back to people, right?
Yes, yes. I don't know, if you go back on some of my posts, like the first post I did where I had given birth or whatever, I made sure I tried to respond to like unless you comment just an emoji, I don't know what that means, but I'll just like it. Yeah. Because I'm like, I mean, it's an emoji, I don't know what, you know, so, but yeah, I try to respond to as many people as possible. I'll even go back sometimes, I'll be like, oh my God, I didn't say thank you, and it'd be like 2 weeks later, I'll be like, thanks. Aww. Because, I mean, I don't want people to think, like, you know, like I'm some bougie, like, you can't talk to me.
Go back to it.
Yeah, like, you can always talk to me. You can hit me up.
A Brooke Brow Beauty Studio in Hampton Roads, Virginia is now accepting new clients for its new Volume Lash service. Volume Lash is a technique where 2 to 6 extremely fine extensions are applied to one single natural eyelash, creating a soft yet full look. One of the best things about volume lashes is that the client has the option to choose how much or how little volume they would like to add. Brooke is also a permanent makeup artist specializing in ombre microshading. Ombre brows are the transition of a singular color from light to dark, which is semi-permanent, lasting up to 3 years. Never filling your brows again. Contact Brooke to schedule your consultation today at abrookebrow@gmail.com www.brookebrow.com, or by phone 757-414-9338. Whether you are celebrating a new arrival, engagement, graduation, or any of life's other great moments, Elite Events and Design is the go-to party planner for elegant, high-quality decor with style. Located in Hampton, Virginia, Elite Events and Design is available now for all of your party planning needs. Make your special day one to remember. Make it elite. Contact Elite Events today at 757-952-5565 or email eliteeventshamptonroads@gmail.com. Remember, make it good, make it better, make it elite.
Right. So it's very diverse, very, very open. At first, I kind of wanted it to be structured, but I wanted to keep it open to me being able to just kind of talk about anything. Mm-hmm. I'm keeping it modest right now. All my topics are very...
That'll get nasty.
No, I mean modest in the sense that there are a lot of things that I feel different about. That's not very normal.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to introduce it slowly.
Politically correct. So you have a different view on a lot of things people feel one way about.
Right.
Trying to ease people
like,
into your...
Marriage before babies before marriage, that whole back and forth thing.
How do you feel about that? Give him a...
Well, I'm not married and I have a child, so, but that was a decision we actually made collectively. So, to give a sneak peek, basically, I came into the relationship and I said that I wanted to be married before I had kids. And he said, well, I would prefer to have a baby before kids. So I said, okay, so we need to come to the middle. Something has to happen because I won't budge, you won't budge. What do we do? So then I said, okay, we can have one out of wedlock. And then if you want more, then you know what the requirement is. Yeah. And he agreed. So that's where we're at. But it was a thing where, that's why I say relationships aren't black and white. Like, you can't just go into a relationship and say, this is how I feel and that's that.
You and the person have to just see eye to eye.
Yes.
Like, forget about what everybody else thinks.
Because what we're going to do, break up?
Right.
Like, that's
just you guys, right, we love each other and you guys can come to an agreement.
Right.
Like everybody else, like, for real.
Right. As long as I have your guarantee that you're not going to leave me hanging, then I got you.
Right.
So, that's kind of how that went down. And I'll talk about that more, but, yeah. Like I said, some people just, and of course, like, all of these views come with just the experience. Mm-hmm. And so I find that my views sometimes change based off of...
And the older you get, I definitely am not, my core, my values, and my personality is who I am, but as far as views... you know, you just develop in experiences and things you learn and
and you gotta be willing to change because you never know what's gonna happen to you.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
Like, you could be all for, I must be married, and then what? You end up pregnant. Now what? Mm-hmm. Now how do you feel?
Married and unhappy, and the person that you could have been with maybe not want to get married now at that point.
Exactly.
With somebody else. Exactly. Just to yourself.
So I'm gonna get greasy, but I'm kind of like easing into it.
I'm gonna get greasy.
Because I don't want to ruffle feathers too early, and then things just go left. So I'm easing into it.
Come out the gate.
I don't know. I'm trying to keep it.
You gotta have me on when you come. 'Cause I love talks like that.
I got you. I'm gonna have guests and all that. So I'm just getting everything nice and stable. I'm trying to come up with like a good schedule on when I want to come out with episodes and stuff like that. I'm thinking weekly, but you never know with kids and work and all that. You just never know. So, but yeah, it's going to be just a bunch of diverse conversation. There will be times where I'll take, any direct questions from people. Mm-hmm. We'll have like a Q&A thing. So I plan on getting real creative with it and talking about, I do want to talk about like things that are happening in the media and things like that and get into all that. But like I said, I'm just kind of testing the waters first.
Well, good luck. I'm sure it'll be exciting. I'm going to be tuned in. I'm going to be right there.
You're going to come on.
Ready. So we know about the podcast. We know about Socialista lifestyle. What is next for you? Do you have any things you can tell us about to look forward to? I know you have an event coming up, or you have a class that you're registering for right now.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
So what that is, I came out with the social media course first, and that's, you can just go buy it and then you get the email download and you can do it when you want.
Okay.
So for some people that works. Mm-hmm. Some people have different learning styles and personalities. Some people would prefer Right. They would prefer that attention to where they can kind of like touch someone and ask them questions and blah, blah, blah. And some people, they just genuinely will forget about the course. It'll fall in an email and then they didn't really get the benefit. So I decided, okay, well, let me actually open it up to where people can schedule with me and I'll be available either one-on-one or in a group setting and they can actually ask me questions. And so I tested it out with a young lady. It was very helpful. It's interesting to hear like what people don't know about social media, and they're very surprised on what Facebook and Instagram can do, and they can predict. They can tell what kind of followers you like. They can tell if you're spam. They can tell all that. So, hey, I just think that it would be more helpful for me to have that one-on-one availability.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of me keeping track of my schedule, not overbooking myself.
Yeah.
So what I usually do is they book with me, and then I contact them directly to coordinate a time that works for both of us.
So I just heard you say overbooking you, and that leads me into my next question. Self-care with everything, with your child, with your boyfriend, with your business, with your actual job. How do you balance and incorporate self-care?
So a couple of different ways. So during the week, that's really my get up and go. I'm always on the go. I'm always doing something. When my daughter goes to bed around, well, on a good day, around 8 o'clock, when she should be asleep, after that is my time to get whatever I need to get done in a time block where I'm not up all night. So I basically just work around it. And sometimes I have to incorporate her. Like the other day, I booked a call when I thought my boyfriend would be home, but he didn't come home at that time. So I was like, crap. I was like, she gonna start crying. I know it. And luckily, she was happy. She was playing with her toys.
Yeah,
I just had her right here. And I was like,
yep,
this is it.
Exactly.
And so
people know from jump. And it's all about transparency, too. So if you have a special circumstance with your life or with your business, tell your customers.
Yeah.
A lot of them will be accommodating as long as their work doesn't suffer.
Right.
When I say we show up on sets with the crew, they gonna work.
Hey, look.
They gonna work, but they
It
gonna
is
come
what it is,
because that's who we are. Like 360 is family, so we gonna have our family. They gonna work and it's gonna be respectful. Your work gonna be popping, but they gonna be here.
Exactly.
To be honest, you got sometimes
I
you
gotta
gotta
be
work it out.
involved. But
Yes.
yeah, I definitely try to do that, and I definitely try to make it a point that when I am kid free, like I do things that I enjoy, whether it's going to get a drink. Girl, I broke mine. Ugh, don't look at it.
Didn't bring attention to your neck.
You hit a soft spot.
I know, like, oh,
my heart. But yeah, I try to make sure I do like I might go get a drink. I might go
something for you.
Watch a movie. Like it doesn't have to be anything extravagant.
Yeah.
But just having that time to kind of like clock out and not be mom for just a second is real helpful.
Everything.
It's real helpful. And sometimes you just gotta clock out for a little bit, and that's really all it is.
Absolutely.
I'll do some skincare. I might do a wash and go. Like
something. It's popping too.
Thanks. I just figured out the method, so
that is so important to find something that you say clock out because as moms, as significant others, business owners, whatever, is kind of always on the clock because we might have the laptop down and 2 seconds later at the door.
Right.
Snack. And then
I'm weak.
And keep like when one comes, they all come. With different knocks. So you have to have a time where you can, separate and do something for yourself. How can people get in contact with you if they're ready to start? They want to be on the show. They want help with social media. How can they go about contacting you?
I'm very reachable. Email, DM. I mean, I pretty much take any sort of communication. You can just automatically go ahead and book. I'll get the email and I'll text you right away.
Give me your email, your Instagram, and Facebook.
Okay, so all right, Facebook is Kayla May, and you're gonna have a lot of results. You have a lot of results. So just look for a girl with a blonde.
They're gonna be white, Asian. It's gonna be all the Kayla May.
Literally, I did that one time. I was like, golly, people probably struggle. So I'm gonna have to figure out something because I'm not gonna change it. Like that's my name.
The Kayla May.
On my Facebook? I mean,
do that, y'all. You the Kayla May. You changed it to public figure.
I could. I don't know. Honestly,
you have to make it look like an actual name. So
I could use my Facebook business page, but even that's Kayla May. I might change that to make it easier.
Just look. It's your face. Look, Kayla May. Look at her face.
Yeah.
If they're local,
I have a distinct look.
It should show up for you first if you're local. So
I hope so.
We'll find out.
But yeah, so my Instagram is @TheRealKaylaMay, just spelled out like it sounds. See?
Yeah. See?
Yeah. My email, partnerwithkayla@yahoo.com. And my website is freedomwithk.com.
Word. Definitely thank you so much for coming on. Congratulations on having your new business, your new baby.
Thanks.
Next time, bring the baby because I love babies.
Oh.
I look forward to being.
We'll see.
Yes, right. Look forward to definitely seeing the growth of Social Lisa and using some of the tips. I was over here mentally taking notes because I'm about to do. I really am. I'm gonna do everything you said, and then hopefully, because we got a business, you want to reach people. I'm only at like 2,300 people on Instagram trying to get where you at.
Hey, as long as you got the influence and the impact, and you have that. So
That's the goal. And again, it's not just to be to keep up with the Kardashians. It really is to use influence for positivity and for growth for our community. So thank you so much for coming on. Thank you guys for tuning in to By Any Means Necessary. As always, peace, love, light, night.